This is for the thumbnail. I'm gonna have to make this fun somehow, right? And we're talking about serious subjects, but I get it. It's like overwhelming, stressful, and hard, so we're just gonna make this fun. I got this at one of the alumni weekend events, and it's very nice felt with the Phoenix mascot. I think this is meant for the wall, of which I have one art, but this one I just made it a flag. The other thing I got is this fan thing from orientation, and I kept it till now. Why am I like this? I don't know. It's a nice souvenir. It's the only fan we ever gotten. I still remember holding it in Rockefeller Chapel, so if you do come to Booth and it's your first day, definitely save this and do what I do and make it a poster. Okay, so we're here for the essay questions. As you know, or now you will know, Chicago Booth's admissions essay questions are evergreen. I had the same questions when I applied, and believe it'll be the same every year, unless they change it. So far, it's the same. Going forward. So whether you're applying in round 1, 2, or 3, you'll be facing the same questions, and I just wanted to make this video to help explain more of what they're looking for and give you some tips on how to go about writing it. And thank you for those who answered my poll. I guess you want to learn more about application advice, so I'll be creating more videos around that. Just comment below what kind of content or schools or any other questions you have that you want me to answer, and I will go ahead and do that. The first question is, how will a Booth MBA help you achieve your immediate and long-term post-MBA career goals? Minimum 250 words, no maximum. So with this kind of question, the first step I would do is really pick apart what it's asking you and what you need to answer. So be careful of giving the wrong answer as an irrelevant, because being straightforward and to the point and answering what they're wanting you to answer is key here. So if we break this apart, it says, how will a Booth MBA? So you know right from the start, it's asking you to show that you did research, link your interest in classes or professors or programs or clubs from Booth that you see on the website, or you've spoken to other students about, or you've heard alumni talk about, and link it to your immediate and long-term goals. So notice it says help you achieve your immediate. So immediate can mean whatever you want it to mean. I know when I was applying, I had the same question. I was like, how long does that mean? Like right after graduation, 1 or 2 years after graduation, whatever fits your view of a short-term goal. So at first, in the past, I didn't understand this, but now I see it as more of like, we all have our own pace of when we reach success. Like some people might be managers when they're 30 years old, others might be when they're 50 years old. We all go at our own pace. So that is why our view of immediate would be different from each person. Similarly, for long term, I used to be like, does that mean 5 years, 10 years, 20 years? Well, it can literally mean anything you want in terms of how you see success for yourself. And notice it says post-MBA goals, so I would focus on anything after the MBA is over. Okay, and it says minimum 250 words, no maximum. The sky is not the limit here. I feel like we need to prioritize quality over quantity. Just because you write more doesn't mean it's better. And also, there's a quote that says it's actually harder to make things more concise and to the point and clear than just having a super long stream of consciousness passage where you get everything you want to say out, but then it starts getting distracting for the reader and hard to follow in terms of your story and what you want them to understand as your point. Okay, second question. An MBA is as much about personal growth as it is about professional development. In addition to sharing your experience and goals in terms of career, we'd like to learn more about you outside of the office. Use this opportunity to tell us something about who you are. Minimum 250 words, no maximum. So, An MBA is as much about personal growth as it is about professional. So notice how this prompt kind of clearly asks you to talk about your personal life outside of the office. So I would focus more on hobbies, passions, nonprofit involvement, what you care about that is not related to your job. I think it could be inspired from your job and that's what led you to do it, or if you had a connection at work that got you interested in it or started in it. But I think, try to keep that more distinct. So it'd be kind of different from your first prompt, and where you answer more about career goals and have more of a professional focus or lens. And the second question, I would focus more on who you are as a person, what your personality is like, and what you find interesting. So that could be like music, food, travel, like kind of like that personal interest section in a resume. So I think that's a good place to start, or volunteering. And then it says, in addition to sharing your experience and goals in terms of a career. So I think that's the link to that first question, where it's telling you that one is about your career, and now it's more about you as yourself. And then no maximum. I think with essays that have no word limit, you should try to aim for like 1,200 words is the sweet spot. I think usually, from my research, it said 1,000 to 1,400 words tend to be good essays. Even 800 as well. 600, 800 are pretty good too. So it's not the length, it's the quality. So I'll just do those 2 questions for this video, since those are the required ones. And then I can make a separate video on the optional ones or reapplicants one if there's enough interest. So one piece of advice I would give is, when people say be yourself and be authentic, you're like, well, who else would I be? I wasn't planning on being Hannah Montana. I think in terms of that, write your first draft as like a stream of consciousness. Like, just write whatever comes to mind, and then keep asking yourself questions why. So you're going down layer by layer until you get to that root cause of who you are, and you're able to eloquently explain what led you to become passionate about this cause, whether it's a situation or something that impacted you, and then why you want to pursue a career in this field, or why this has become a hobby that you continuously come back to every year over time. I think that would help you at least get your thoughts out and go beyond just the surface level. So for example, you could say like, I want this job, and then ask yourself why. You could say, because I like math. Then why again? I like to solve problems. And then why do you like solving problems? Because I find it satisfying when I've gotten to an answer, or when I figure out that there are multiple solutions to this problem, or the fact that I've made an impact on other people's lives. So you see how it gets more deeper and to the core, or the essence of why you are who you are and what you find important. Second tip I have is try to hold back from looking up examples of other essays for inspiration in the beginning, because you want your words to be your words and what you define as success to be core to you. I think the more you read other people's essays, their words start becoming yours, and then you start, it's similar to like when you work with people or you're around the same friends a lot, you start adopting their phrases and body language and words. So you don't want that to go into your essay, because then it starts becoming like a cobblestone of other people's ideas and stories, and you go here and there, it's less focused. So I would suggest doing your own draft first, and then later on down the line, if you want to look at examples, you can do so for like awareness of how people structure their essays in a certain format, or just for like awareness sake that you're not going too far left field and you're still in the realm of a reasonable essay. But then again, sometimes creativity can be rewarded, so being different might not actually be bad. And the third thing is answer the question carefully. The reason why I went so in-depth picking apart word for word in that question is to make sure you are answering what they want you to answer. Because sometimes when you get started on writing, you might write about things that are relevant but not directly related to what they want to know. So an example for that is like, if someone asked you for directions to Starbucks, you would either give them an address or tell them about things that are nearby and just directions how to get there. You would not be talking about your favorite menu item or what you can buy there. It's related, but it's not what they're asking you. So you see how it could be distracting from your essay. You start talking about certain things like, oh, why this school? But the question is asking you about something else. So try and keep that laser focus on as to what you're answering, so then you can fully provide your full self to that question. So these were just some of the things that bubbled up for me when I was applying and that I had questions about. Comment below if you have other questions or concerns, if you want me to analyze other school essays, questions. I definitely want to help as much as I can. I know the application process for graduate school and colleges is always a very introspective process that takes a lot out of you, and you're trying to condense your whole life story into these couple of words and just hope that you present yourself fully to the admissions committee. So I know it's a lot of pressure, it's overwhelming, there's a lot of thinking involved. So I'm definitely here to help as much as I can. But if you liked this video and got to the end, could you please give me a thumbs up so I know, and thank you so much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. Bye!